In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to add and control the color of Toon and Sketch lines, which can be based on the original object's color, a custom global color, or on lighting around them. Or a combination of all of these. I'm Henriette from Artineering, and we develop artist-driven tools for stylized rendering. Let's get started. In the previous Flair for Maya tutorial, we learned how to customize the width of the Toon and Sketch lines based on the distance to the camera. Now it's time to put color on them and learn how we can use colorful lines to highlight features and even create rim lights. The line color attributes can be found in the Flair Globals node, which is selected by clicking on the globe icon on the Flair shelf. Within the attribute editor, we can find the line density, line color, line coloration, and line light response attributes. These work in the same way as the sketch density, sketch color, sketch coloration, and sketch light response. To keep things simple, we will only talk about lines, but keep in mind that the same thing we cover applies to Toon and sketch lines. For a better demonstration, let's remove any line coloration or line light response we may have. Now, only the line density is affecting the line color. A line density of 1.0 will color lines with the same color as the object, so they won't be seen much. However, a higher density will darken and saturate the color, whereas a lower density will brighten the color. The next attribute, line color, will only be applied when line coloration is greater than 0. A value of 1.0 will fully apply the color, whereas any in-between value will instead mix the line color with the previous line density. Additionally, the Toon Line Coloration can be art directed with VertexFX, NoiseFX, and Proxies. For example, let's say we want to have denser colored lines, but apply some black line accents in different parts. Since the line color attribute is already black, we can get started right away and open the VertexFX tool. With the object selected, we can set a higher color value and paint the Toon line black where we want it. That could be here and here. We can also uncolor a line, bringing the Toon line back to the object's color, as we're doing here and here. Uncolor is super useful, as it will remove all color from lines, no matter what has been set on them. If you are as colorful as we are, give us a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to our channel with a bell icon to be notified about future tutorials like this. Back to art directing. We can also use NoiseFX to control the Toon Line Coloration, thereby adding some procedural fluctuations to the line colors like this. Finally, the Toon Line color can also be controlled using proxies. So you can place a geometry proxy anywhere in the scene and have it control the coloration of the lines to your liking. If you wish to learn more about the art direction tools we just showed, make sure to check out the learning material linked in the description below. The final attribute, line light response, colors lines according to the light affecting them. Therefore, to see the results, lighting and shadows should be activated in the viewport and lights should be given a custom color. For example, this light can have a bright yellowish color, and this spotlight a bright blue complementary color. Once the light colors are set, you can start increasing the line light response and see how the line color changes and reacts to the lighting. A line light response of 1.0 will override any other line color, which makes lines serve as 2D rim lights. However, you can also dial in only the necessary amount of light response or art direct the Toon line to not have any coloration. In case you still don't see the line light response, make sure the materials in the scene react to lighting by checking that the diffuse factor and shading attributes in Flair materials are closer to 1.0. If you wish to have flat shaded materials with lines and line light response, set a diffuse factor of 1.0 and use the final coloration attribute to make the material flat shaded instead. As usual, you can learn all about these material attributes through the links in the description below. Before we conclude, keep in mind that you can also use light linking to have lights only affect specific objects. Additionally, you can play with negative lights in Flair by setting the light intensity to negative values. Negative lights will also affect the light color when using line light response. You can learn all about lighting in Flair through the links in the description below. Now that was a lot to take in. As you just learned, there's several ways to color Toon lines and sketch lines to fit your desired looks, from modifying the line density, to setting custom line colors, to making lines react to lighting, and even uncoloring lines all together with some art direction. In the next video, we're going to learn how to remove inlines or draw custom lines directly on geometry edges. These lines will also affect both Toon lines and sketch lines. Thank you for watching this far. If you love what we're doing, make sure to purchase a commercial license or become our patron to use Flair without resolution limitations and have your name appear in this beautiful list of credits. Inline you on the next one.